This episode of Audiology Marketing Now is made possible once again by SendPepper, the world's first automated direct mail and email marketing software designed specifically for small business. Sign up for a free trial at sendpeppersuccess.com. Coming up on today's episode, deciding if a marketing opportunity is worth it, a marketing lesson about social proof, and a tool that lets you watch video tutorials at your own pace. It's like speed reading for video, and it's addictive. I'm Matt Perry, and this is the show that helps audiologists like you get more of what you really want: more happy patients and more profits. One of the fundamentals of marketing is social proof. People like to do what other people are doing. Robert Frost made a big deal about taking the road less traveled because most people don't do it. When information is limited, almost everyone takes the road most traveled. If other people are doing it, it must be okay. Testimonials are a great way to use social proof to grow an audiology practice. Choosing someone to take care of one of your five senses is a pretty big deal. And a lot of people have heard stories of people being burned by the hearing industry, and a lot of them are true. When given the choice between two practices, both with positive attributes, but one with 200 patient testimonials, most people will naturally choose the one with the testimonials. That's where social proof can help you. Make sure you're collecting and publishing your testimonials. But it's also important to realize that social proof can hurt you as well. There's something called negative social proof. Social proof encourages behavior, both good and bad behavior. Here's an example. Several years ago, there was a study conducted at Arizona's Petrified Forest National Park. They were having trouble with people picking up pieces of petrified wood and taking them home as souvenirs. So to get people to stop stealing the petrified wood, two signs were created and used at different times. One sign read, "Please don't remove petrified wood from the park," in order to preserve the natural state of the petrified forest. The other sign read, "Many past visitors have removed petrified wood from the park, changing the natural state of the petrified forest." Researchers then kept track of how many pieces disappeared from certain areas of the park. Now, posting the first sign resulted in a slight decrease in theft, but the second sign actually increased the amount of theft. The sign provided social proof that other people were doing it, which encouraged the behavior in some people. We as audiologists need to be especially sensitive to negative social proof. A couple years ago, I advertised an event in the local paper that absolutely flopped. We organized a demonstration day where people could come in specifically to experience what it's like to wear a hearing aid. We'd quickly get the hearing thresholds, program out some open fit hearing aids, and then use some fancy surround sound technology to simulate different types of environments. We'd done this stuff before, and people really liked it. Well, this time something was different. I designed this great looking ad, half a page, newspaper, graphically probably the best ad I've ever created. Nobody called, not a single phone call. Here's what we put at the top. 31.5 million Americans have hearing problems. 22 million of them have never tried on a hearing aid. By Saturday night, we want that number down to 21,999,984. Cute, huh? Now, I think there were probably multiple reasons that this promotion flopped, and I'm convinced that at least one of those reasons is that I used negative social proof. So one marketing campaign bombed. No big deal. But I think using this type of social proof can be really damaging in the long run. When we say and print stuff like this, we're basically telling that person who's been struggling with hearing loss and thinking about possibly trying out hearing aids that not doing anything about it is actually the norm. They're thinking, hey, look at these people who are ignoring their hearing loss. I'm just like them. I'm going to keep ignoring it. It seems to be the thing to do. It's social proof, but it's a wrong kind of social proof. Now, in contrast, how about spreading the message about how there are so many people with hearing loss and people are now finally doing something about it? People are no longer content with just ignoring it. And then providing testimonials of happy patients talking about how they love being able to hear again and how they wish they hadn't waited so long. That's the right way to use social proof, the kind that motivates people to take action. Have you noticed that as soon as you try advertising in a new print publication, you get bombarded with solicitations from other print advertisers? I mean, it makes sense. They see your ad, they think, hey, this guy spends money advertising. I need people to give me money for advertising. I should give him a call. The problem is, what you do next in your marketing plan shouldn't be dictated by which marketer called you last. And they don't seem to get this. So I often meet with a lot of these people, but hardly ever sign on the dotted line when they want me to. I met with a woman a couple weeks ago who wanted me to advertise in a monthly magazine for a pretty affluent community. It would reach several hundred households, a lot of them older and all of them with a bit of disposable income. I was intrigued. The cost to advertise was somewhere around $200 an issue, but she wanted an annual commitment. I had two concerns, both of which I instantly thought might be a good thing to bring up on the show. Most print marketing opportunities are like a crapshoot. You're going to bet some money that your ad reaches enough people who, number one, need your services, and number two, will be motivated to take action after seeing your ad. You're hoping for a positive return on investment, but since it's your first time trying it, who knows if it's going to pan out? And I haven't met a marketing rep yet that will take on the risk for me. If you're so sure that this is going to work for my business, offer me a guarantee. Let me advertise and I'll pay you after I make all this money you're telling me I'm going to make. In our industry, it doesn't take too many patients to pay for a print campaign, but they still won't take on the risk. In this situation with the community magazine, it wasn't necessarily a question about whether or not I could get a return on my investment. A year's worth of advertising would cost about $2,400. Whenever I'm faced with a marketing opportunity, I instantly convert my cost into patients with 2 ears. For example, it's however much money, okay, I'm going to need 4 patients with 2 ears to recoup my costs. So in this case, I was fairly confident with the right advertising copy, I could have a positive ROI. But we're talking about a year's worth of advertising copy and $2,400 cash up front. What else could I do with that money? How many AdWords clicks is that? How many Facebook clicks? How many direct mail pieces? How many newspaper ads? So when faced with a new marketing opportunity, there are 2 questions to ask. Number 1, after accounting for all of my expenses, including the value of my time and the time of my employees, among other things, for every dollar I spend on this campaign, can I bring in at least $1? And preferably significantly more than $1? That's the first question. And if the answer is yes, then the second question. Out of all the marketing opportunities available at this time, if I had to invest this amount of money in a marketing campaign, is this the opportunity I would choose right now? Or is there a better option? For example, I've run a specific campaign a few times that has consistently netted 1,000 to 1,500% ROI. But the nature of this campaign is such that if I ran it more than once every 9 months or so, it would stop working. So timing is important. If you ask yourself both of those questions, can you break even, and is it the best marketing opportunity at this specific moment, then you've got yourself a winner. Now, notice I said that you need to bring in at least $1 for every dollar spent. Some of you are probably saying, now wait a minute, Matt, I don't want to break even, I want to make a profit. And yes, that is ideal. But breaking even is still valuable. Of course, you need to account for all of your overhead and expenses, but if you quote, break even, in reality, you're coming out ahead. You've got yourself some free patients. If I came up to you and said, if you give me $10,000, I'll give you $10,000 back, along with 50 happy patients who love you, would you take the deal? You give me $10,000 and I'll give you back $10,000 plus 50 raving fans, ready and willing to tell all their friends about you and send you referrals? Would you take it? Of course you would. That's what happens when you break even on a marketing campaign. Any speed readers out there? I remember when I was younger seeing an infomercial for a speed reading course. You know the kind, it showed all those people holding books and flipping through at supersonic speeds. I remember thinking, man, if I could read that fast, I could learn so much cool stuff. Well, eventually I got my hands on a speed reading course and I just couldn't get the hang of it. It was like Mike Regan, the comedian, says, I learned to speed read, my pages per minute shot through the roof, but my comprehension plummeted. I had no idea what I was reading, but I was really fast. Well, wouldn't it be cool if you could read just 50% faster? In the time it takes you to read 2 journal articles, you could read 3. In the same amount of time, you could learn 50% more. Well, in today's world, while reading is still important, it's not the only way we obtain new information. Video is huge. YouTube has way more informational videos on it than your local library or Barnes & Noble has books. In the internet marketing space specifically, most training courses are video-based. So I watch a lot of video. But the problem is the rate at which I can consume information is not always the same as the rate that the teacher in the video can share that information. Some of these guys talk way too slow, and some of you probably wish that I spoke a little faster. Well, there is a way to make that happen. Introducing speed reading for video. It's called eNounce MySpeed. It costs about $30 and you can download a free trial at eNounce.com. Basically, it lets you control the playback speed of any flash-based video. It's awesome. I've found that I prefer to watch most instructional videos at about 60% faster than real time. And I, like I said, watch a lot of instructional videos. I'm so addicted to it that when I watch stuff in real time, it seems like people are actually talking in slow motion. And I'm not alone. Experts need to stay on top of their field by learning constantly. In the internet marketing space, you learn a lot via video, so a lot of internet marketing gurus use eNounce MySpeed. I highly recommend you check it out. The free trial is at eNounce.com. Well, once again, thanks for watching. My viewer stats show there are a lot more of you guys watching than there used to be, which is great. I've had people from all over the world email me with questions. Keep them coming. Tell me what you want to learn about. This marketing world is huge and there's so much to talk about. If you have something specific you'd like me to address, please let me know through the Ask Matt link or leave your comments in the comments section below each video at audiologymarketingnow.com. And be sure to tune in next time to learn more modern marketing strategies designed to get you more of what you really want, more happy patients and more profits.